Hey, this is Big Papa Scott's Diner.
Yes, it is me, Gerald the Poupée.
Hey, this is Joe Gatto.
This is Eric Young.
Well, hello there. It's me, Harold the Puppet.
This is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and you are listening to Shootin' Poop.
Shootin' Poop.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 83 of the biggest, fastest rising show on TikTok. That's right. If you're not following us at Shootin' Shit on TikTok, get on there right now. The last 3 or 4 of our posts are blowing up right now. And we haven't even... Say what?
I believe it. What'd you say, Sean? Over 2,000 each of the last
2,000 views on all 4 of them.
Yep. Over 2,000 views on all 4 of them. We haven't even dropped It Smells Like Bacon yet. When it goes down, that one's going to break TikTok. We guarantee it. Let's see what we get from this episode. DDJ, roll that beautiful bean footage.
You know, before I roll that beautiful bean footage, I'm bringing back my random thought. And as you guys know, I wasn't here last week. And obviously, when I'm away, these guys go crazy. And I'm going to tell you this. You in this one episode, you took something so sacred as bacon, one of the best parts of a breakfast, and degraded it to I'll never be able to look at bacon the same way after listening to the episode last week.
You're welcome.
For you.
It's just something about that intro. I jam it every single time we fucking play it, gentlemen. Whoa, who's got the merch on?
Oh, yeah. It was my week to wear the shirt. So I feel like we literally rotated everybody so far.
I think we did.
So
I just figured it just took that long to get to Philly. It's like they were afraid to deliver it there or something.
It's been sitting here, but I know you goofs were all wearing one each week. So I was like,
yeah,
we went through the cycle. Now it's time for this guy to get his on. Although I think the sleeves are coming off soon.
Oh, they have to.
Wait, are the sleeves going to be off by the time you hit Chicago in a couple weeks?
They might be.
They'll be off by the time this episode's done. What are you
Hang
talking
on a
about?
second. That brings up a great question. Yeah, there's a chance the shirt's coming off again tonight.
Yeah, are you going to have a shirt on at all the whole time? That's actually the betting odds is no.
Well, I mean, I'm not wearing pants right now.
So, Isaac.
So there is that. I have a legit question. Legit question. Let's fire up the old ProWrestlingTees.com app on my phone.
Oh, shit.
Don't use that much because my name is not Dennis Day Jr.
I feel like we're gonna lose our shirt deal here.
Oh no! I have a legit question about our shirt, and I am going to pose the question and also provide an answer.
Oh shit! If we got a shoe deal, I want to be sponsored by New Balance. They like the big people feet. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not wearing.
Hang on. All right,
I'm not.
So we can get. This is the little standard soft style I rock. Didn't
That's
chip
what I
in
got
for the
to.
premium. All right. But like I like it. It's not bad. But I wanted to take a peek on here because we do have it in V-neck, long sleeve, and tank top.
Yeah.
You want to know what that tank top looks like?
So I'm probably gonna have to rock a tank top and a long sleeve as well too.
Yeah.
So that is the question I
Well,
wanted
you
to
gotta get
answer.
you gotta get one for spring and fall, and then you need the long sleeve for winter and the tank tops for the summer.
It's like like yesterday it was like 62 degrees. So that's like short and long sleeve. So I'm feeling I gotta get one.
We were mine to the Olive Garden for lunch the other day after my girls, both of my girls' teams went undefeated and claimed.
Nice.
How is Virgil?
How did you say how is Virgil?
He did say
I
how
didn't see him there. He didn't have a table. He didn't have a table set up, so I didn't see him.
Yeah, it's hard to miss because he probably has his big
the
banner.
breadsticks were delicious.
Hey, no complaints on the breadsticks.
No complaints on the breadsticks at all, man.
Absolutely not.
Congrats to the girls.
Yeah,
Basketball
man,
team.
thanks.
Freaking awesome. But you know what? Before we get in, let's go ahead and do one more real quick. Congrats for making it another year on this earth. Dennis Day Jr., happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah, it came a little slow, but there it is. Happy birthday.
That's what she said.
Well, you should be used to that by now.
That's not nice.
That's one.
That's
That's
nice.
one candle for each. That's one candle for each T-shirt you bought for yourself for your birthday.
Actually, I did not buy my T-shirts for my birthday.
You didn't get any T-shirts this year?
Not for my birthday.
What'd you get for your birthday? What'd you get?
I bought myself just came on Blu-ray.
You know it's free on Peacock.
Yeah.
You should have bought shirts.
Yes, but I'm also a big proponent of physical media as well too. Sean knows this. He's seen my collection.
Oh my god.
A big physical media. I like you just make it sound so much more technical than.
Well, you guys want to talk about
I
making things dirty. Let's go back to my random thought. This stuff with bacon, man.
I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I thought last week's show was very PG.
Oh, fantastic.
We cussed way less than we normally did. We did. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
So what does that
and I want you to know that was all in part because Gabby said you guys need to quit cussing so much. And then, of course, my response is, well, what the fuck are we going to talk about?
It's very true.
I don't.
You know what?
Speaking of, before we get into the topics, speaking of Mrs. Silverwolf, I think we should make it official. Let's welcome her to the team. I mean, she's our official TikTok person. She's the one making that happen. So,
she's always been a part of my team, buddy.
Sean's already made it official. Sean's made it official.
Yeah.
He got the belt. He's climbed the mountain. Yeah, we've already. We can't say that she's got a great ass. He can. We covered that last week, buddy. You're a week behind. Come on.
I mean, I don't know what kind of Texas death match he won that title in out there, but
that wasn't a Texas death match. That was probably hardcore.
Coal miner's glove on a pole.
More like Viagra on a pole.
A AAA Lucha Libre hardcore.
Viagra on a pole.
No holds barred.
Who put this midget wrestler under the bed?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's okay, man. It's all right. Don't let them get to you. It's a beautiful
dude,
thing.
Dude,
I also love that. I'm going to timestamp this.
All I know is
you can go back and
next to that every night. So I don't say whatever the hell you want. I'm good with it.
It's all right, man. You know what? So it was a hair versus hair match. You see Sean's hair. Anyway.
Yeah.
Dennis loves his multimedia conglomerates, so let's jump into the WWE first, man. Hey, they're a big juggernaut now.
Right now.
We're jumping into the WWE, gentlemen. Start off with a little bit of rumor mill, man. They're saying that come the draft, it's Triple H's show. He's going to run it the way he wants to with the creative side. I think they're announcing that due to the fallout from Jay White leaving and saying, "Yeah, fuck Vince." What do you guys think?
If it's true, and I'm saying that if it's true because it's one of those I'll have to believe it when I see it type things. If it's anything like what we got from, let's say, SummerSlam last year up until night 2 of WrestleMania, I'm in. Because everything from basically from SummerSlam, that includes Clash of the Castle, that includes Survivor Series, the Rumble, the Bloodline, everything has been, some of the best stuff they put out in years. Up until WrestleMania night 2, which we've all been openly critical about. But if it's anything like that, I'm in. But again, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as DDJ is on that one. As long as I think we can tell the difference between a Triple H produced show and a Vince show. I mean, Triple H has been pretty much knocking it out of the park pretty consistently, and even now, just even looking back on night 2, I can't say I'm not as hard on it now as I was then. I mean, I still don't agree with, I would have loved to see Cody go over. That was, to me, would have been great, and I would have loved it. But I'm still kind of holding out hope that, there's a point to all that. So, and right. If anything we found out about Triple H is when he's given the opportunity to do anything, man, the cream always rises to the top with that guy. So, I'm all for it.
Man, I can't even be as negative about Night 2 of Mania at this point. Night 2 of Mania had the lesser card under the main event than Night 1. It got hit by the injury bug pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
That really just fucking put some bad juju on that entire show. And they went with the fucking finish in the main event that if they do something good with it, cool. Makes it worth it. But other than that, yeah, probably not the best call.
Well, I mean, if it don't come full circle and he gets a chance to win the belt again, then, we're going to know whether or not this was Cena Rock.
Right.
And
you know what I mean?
I think you hit it last week, dude. I don't think it's Cena Rock. I think it's Dusty Flair. It's going to go 3 matches. Cody loses the next one, and maybe at next year's Mania, that's when Cody goes over, which I'd be fine with because that's in Philadelphia, and we should all be there.
Yeah. And speaking of Philadelphia, what happened at the end of Rocky 1? Who won?
The champ.
Yeah.
And then you know what? That made. And do you think where would it have gone if Rocky had won there versus, what ended up happening? Him going to win in the second one.
I get what you're saying. There's a bigger payoff in the rematch and rebuild to it, and if they can get 2 years worth of storyline out of it, good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they pulled it off with Cody missing a big chunk of this year. So
yeah, they did.
So, he's gonna have to rip another peck off his arm.
My point being, though, was I can't even fault Hunter for having a bad show on that circumstance. You have an overloaded card on one night compared to the second night, the injuries, all that shit.
Well, night 2 had good matches, man. They just didn't come to fruition. I mean,
it just didn't happen.
You seen Seth Rollins miss?
I think Seth didn't want to be in that spot.
Seth Rollins miss. You know what I mean?
Seth did not want to be in that match, and it showed because it was it was the worst Logan Paul match. And Seth should have been somebody that should have been able to put on a fucking awesome match with that kid.
But
and I know what that
all this aside. So but then look at the next night, and everybody has been saying it's been constantly rewrites, all that kind of bullshit.
Oh, shitty Raw? Yeah, the Raw after?
Yeah. You got the real Vince McMahon style fucking Raw. So
something we do endorse here, but not the right kind.
Yeah. I mean, you're such a dog. So I can't fault
where
like
they
you know
released
let
it.
Hunter run it. Let him do it. He's a fucking worker. You know he's one of the boys. Been one of the boys for a long fucking time. You know he's more in touch. He's shown he's more in touch with the crowd in this past year than anything.
Yeah.
You know, like he even more so than he's the person who built NXT, to what it became. So
Yeah.
let him run with it, man. Fuck it.
Let's
Can't get any worse.
I agree.
It can't. I mean, shit, you almost killed the company. It can't get any worse.
Yeah,
Let's
for
shift
sure.
gears from that rumor to something that actually just got reported. Dennis Day, give us a quick rundown of this whole Twitch deal and why it matters.
Well, back in the day, we all know how big Twitch is, what it is. It's for those that don't know, it's a site
Now
where people
you know.
Now you
Sorry.
know. But the people go on, watch others. Like a lot of them, they like to stream video games. I think some people do like radio broadcast, TV show broadcasts. I think Impact for a while was broadcasting their show on Twitch. I don't know if they still do or not, but it's another, I don't know if I consider it like, another social media site like Facebook or, which we're on, or Twitter, which we're on, even though it hasn't been updated in forever, or on YouTube, and stuff. But it's, most people associate it with video games, and a lot of, wrestling, as we all know, a lot of professional wrestlers, like Zelina Vega, Xavier Woods, Seth Rollins are all, big time video game players. And a lot of the talent would go on Twitch, and interact with their fans while playing video games. And when WWE got wind of, like, I think what kind of money some of these talents were making, they were like, they wanted some of this. And when the wrestlers were resistant, they, WWE said, you know what? No more. You can't do this anymore. And that's what ended up leading Zelina Vega to get fired, because she refused to, she kept going even after the ban. But recently, it was earlier this week, it was announced that the WWE's rescinded their ban on all their superstars streaming on Twitch, basically effective immediately. And basically was reported after this come out that the revenue that gets generated from this is going to be split amongst Twitch, the WWE, and the superstars themselves. And the WWE is apparently taking the going to get the smallest amount of this revenue stream. I don't know exactly how much or whatever, but they also said that the cut the WWE's taken is actually going to be from Twitch and not the superstars themselves. So that's actually pretty big, because these people like Zelina Vega and Xavier Woods, who again are avid video game players, they can go on there, and it's another way for them to make some money.
Nice. Yeah, so check it out, man. If you guys are gamers, if you know people who are into that Twitch thing, you've got former wrestlers from the WWE, current AEW people like Paige, Saraya, Adam Cole, Bebe is big on there. Dirty Dango, FKA Fandango is always on. So
isn't Tyler Breeze on a lot too?
Tyler Breeze is also on. Him and Fandango do a lot together, which is hilarious. But
fuck, I gotta get on Twitch. I can't. Tyler Breeze and Fandango's on there.
Hey,
Jesus
man, don't
Christ,
joke.
What are we waiting for?
Zelina Vega is like the best thing on Twitch anyway. But yeah, man, if you guys are gamers, that's something that interests you, you can go ahead and watch them now from the WWE. Thank you, Dennis, for that update. Let's go ahead and you know what? Maybe we can make this quick. And that's me putting a lot of faith into you guys here, because I want to transition out of the WWE soon. So let's do this here. The draft is coming up, and they're saying that's going to be the official takeover date for Triple H. And I want to know, what is the one biggest surprise that you want to see from the draft? The one person you want to see move from what show and why? Or you can make either one person you want to see move shows, or tag team you want to see split.
Bye-bye, Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Yeah, I think that's
Montez
coming.
Ford.
For
and
me,
I think DDJ is actually 100% accurate when he called the end of Bailey's little faction. That's about on his last leg too, and he called that a couple weeks back. So yeah, that's that. They're already laying the groundwork for that.
I think for me, the one thing I want to see is I want to see Braun Breaker moved up to the main roster, and I want to see him on Monday Night Raw. I think he's perfect for Raw, because that's, SmackDown's more of like the wrestling show, and I think Braun, with his microphone, I just feel like he'd be better fit for Raw. I mean, he's done everything there is to do in NXT. I mean, it sounds like he's not done, but that would be my one thing. I would love to see Braun get drafted to Raw.
Yeah, I'd love to see him kind of stay in the background for a while until the shit with his homophobic father passes by first. So let's call off that praise real quick. I mean, Jesus. Like, if at any point you can look at your father and go, "You're fucking up my career, bud." Like, Braun Breaker's got that.
Yeah. And it's more a shame, because it's like it's not fair that he should have to pay for literally the sins of the father. Like, it shouldn't affect him at all. But it's just
and I understand that, but like that's
I get what you're saying though. I get it. I'm just saying he shouldn't have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jovan?
Well, that's a good question to pros out there. Is what do you want to see happen in the draft? I think.
Saw
That
that.
was cool. I saw that. That was cool.
I was sitting here saying, I was talking, cool. But I was thinking about that at the same time. I just got to figure out this side. Hold on.
Watch, check it out.
Oh, there he is.
It's the premiere, baby. The premiere. You don't want that smoke, baby. You don't want it.
Jesus, we have real bad ADD. Anyway, I want to see something that I think is going to make no sense almost until it happens. But I really think it might be a good time for it. I want Alpha Academy in NXT. I know they're super over right now. In Raw, they're doing their thing. Shush has gotten beyond itself in popularity.
Thank you.
But tell me that doesn't feel like an NXT act right now.
110%.
If you put them in NXT, let them train up the newer batch of guys coming through, your newer tag teams, because I mean, there's a lot of heel tag team factions in NXT right now. They don't really have that big time face tag team. I think Alpha Academy can go to NXT and really kill it.
You know what? I just thought of one other thing I'd like to see happen in the draft. I'd like to see NXT get drafted outside and finally start doing shows outside of the Performance Center.
Man, I went to 2 NXT shows. 2? Yeah, 2. And they were the fucking best. Although that was a very different NXT than it is right now.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I think with that. It's not NXT right now is not built to be a touring show. It's fun, as much fun as I had at a wrestling show, like a mainstream wrestling show. Well, I'll say that because Ring of Honor shows always fun, always wild. Your local shows, anything around here, like you always have fun and a good time. It gets a little crazy, but like for a WWE to host a show that felt like more like a Ring of Honor show than anything, that was pretty cool. So I do like it. I do like having that NXT vibe on tour, but god damn, man. The first one I went to, I had fucking Finn Balor. Who else was on there? I mean, the show started with, I might be mixing them up now. I want to say that it was like Enzo and Cass versus the fucking Vaudevillains.
I love the Vaudevillains.
I do miss the Vaudevillains.
And it was just like perfect.
Unpopular opinion. I liked Enzo and Cass. I thought they were real entertaining, man. They had the right.
They're very entertaining, and so were the Vaudevillains.
Zoe could not wrestle to save his ass, but man, they just worked off each other, and I'm glad to see Big Cass getting an opportunity AEW. I still feel like he's way better than the spot that he's currently in.
Oh yeah,
but
cleaned up, dude.
They owned NXT when they were down there, man. And I don't, did they ever win the title down there, DDJ?
I don't think so.
No, they had a couple of opportunities, but they never won gold.
I think they lost every title shot they had, man. But they were anytime that he come out.
The only gold that team ever had was Enzo winning the cruiserweight title.
How you doing?
Right. How you doing?
Dude, hold on. That fucking Enzo promo with the whole cruiserweight division on the ring apron, and he just starts ripping into everybody. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. People can fucking love him, hate him. I don't care. A lot of people hate him. The fucking coolest dude when I met him.
I've heard that about him.
Yeah, I met him. I had a picture with him at a rest stop on the fucking PA Turnpike. And
it's like the most Philly story ever.
Dude, yeah, and ironically both driving back from Ohio at that time. So because there was a show out in Ohio and he was on the card out there. I can't remember who it was for. Part of me wants to say it was Northeast.
Well, he's been doing good work in MLW. Like, I don't know exactly what the whole deal is with his release, and like they were saying, like he wasn't putting people over or he wasn't going to, or whatever the case may be. But if you've watched any of those shows on Reels or any of the app stuff, he's been doing good work there, man. I don't know exactly what happened there. He just seems to, no matter where he goes, he ends up imploding it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
why.
He had really worked but I think he had really worked himself back into a good spot there. Like he was about to start was in the middle of a huge feud with Jacob Fatu, who's their top guy. So, I mean, to be working with Jacob Fatu and getting that opportunity, man, I mean, they weren't just feeding him guys and he wasn't a clown act there. I mean, he was working. So.
Well, that was a good little sidebar off of the draft in WWE. How about we hit that video for the Stirrin Shit question of the week?
Stirrin Shit question of the week video coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. Shootin' Shit proudly presents the Stirrin Shit Facebook question of the week.
Damn, that voice is awesome.
That's a sexy
I know, bro. Yeah. I get excited every time I hear it. Every time.
Hey, I'm gonna quote a line from Basketball, which I just recently watched. You're excited. Feel these nipples.
And it got weird.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as weird as that basic shit from last week.
We raised the bar for weird, and now he wants
DJ, just because you don't know what the big guy was talking about here doesn't mean it was that bad.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Sean's gonna put his head down.
Oh, Jesus. Wow, we're recouping.
I still can't wait for that TikTok to hit. That is just gonna.
Just these.
Did we break Sean? Did he freeze the camera?
He's just red.
Oh no, it's not frozen. He's just losing his shit. He's okay.
Shooting Shit question of the week. Here we go. It was my week.
Question. What was it? I don't even know. What the fuck?
I did the question. I got a lot of good answers too.
That's right. I remember it now.
You got more than Sean's question.
So my question was, for everybody who's not part of the Facebook group, you should be part of the Facebook group. Look for us, Shooting Shit on Facebook. If you could revive any wrestling faction from the past and bring them into the modern era, who would it be and what match would you make? I did make a caveat that if you were bringing back a faction that had multiple iterations, be specific with your faction, which members. We had a lot of good ones, and fuck me, somehow fucking Ty was able to throw in
damn it.
Maria Menounos, dude. Like I thought it was a Maria free.
He is consistent if he's not anything. Yeah.
By
the way, Ty,
on a fucking page ban. I swear to Christ.
Dude.
I am gonna admin the fuck out of him. If this is the only answers we get ever.
If he wasn't just a good friend and fan, man, but Jesus, he's so on it.
Yeah.
I didn't even think Maria Menounos, and he found a way in.
You know, I don't even mean this in a bad way. I really don't, because I'm all about you love who you want to love, and I'm good with that. My problem is I don't want the fucking questioning that's going to happen when you're like, oh, you saw him posting about her every fucking week, and now like she's made into a fucking lampshade in this house. Like, I don't want to fucking be responsible for that because I am one of the admins on our page. This is where I have a problem.
Oh my god, that was the best.
You got him.
Fuck.
You got him.
Behind the scenes, real talk, behind the scenes, we're actually actively trying to think of questions now that Maria Menounos would not be a fucking answer to.
Yeah.
Right,
I am genuinely like going through the Rolodex of questions I have, and I got to work here.
Yeah,
I'll come up with one.
Anyways, some of the.
You good?
I'm fine. I'm great. It was just.
Like, I just think who here's a question. Who would be a great Paul Heyman guy? Maria Menounos. I just know that's gonna happen. I know it. I fucking know. I can feel it in my fucking soul.
Yeah. At this point, he's just daring us. At this point, he's just daring us.
Yeah.
He's just daring us.
God damn it.
Even if we didn't do a Facebook question of the week, he'd probably find a way to put Maria Menounos in the conversation.
On a serious note, some of the good answers that we've got. The Brood coming in as veterans, letting them go and see how they can do against top factions.
Courtesy of my boy Alex Garcia.
There was one here, the Midnight Express with good old Corny to take on the Bucks and Kenny Omega, which that would, Jesus, that's just give Cornette the match of his dreams. Why don't you?
That was from Isaac.
That was from Isaac.
I love that.
A lot of the Horsemen, man. A lot of people would see the Horsemen here with Wyndham. A lot of Ole Anderson hate, from Jerry and Ken. Also, man, both of them went with Wyndham over Ole. Poor Ole.
Yeah, everybody goes with Wyndham over Ole, man. Yeah,
including myself.
Miss Silverwolf said the Shield. Roman, Dean, and Seth to take on the Bloodline, which is Sokoa and the Usos. It's actually not a bad pick there. I like that.
You just put the face, fellas. I'm telling you.
We also got a note for the Von Erichs and Right to Censor. I think Right to Censor actually could do well at like a GCW event right now. Dude, they would freaking kill it.
Oh my god. That would be perfect.
But, gentlemen, your takes on the question of the week.
So I got one. This was the first group I thought of because I figured we were going to get a lot of horsemen, and stuff. And I kind of wanted to go something.
Dangerous Alliance.
What's that?
Dangerous Alliance. I already knew it. That's your answer.
God damn it. You stole my thunder.
No, I just knew your answer.
He knows your favorite. Go ahead.
Dude, seriously,
I knew it was gonna. I knew it was gonna be dangerous.
Whatever.
No, good.
No, I really did. I really did. I swear.
This is why it's not my answer, but I knew it was yours.
You guys all know how big a fan of the Dangerous Alliance I've been and stuff, and I rightfully so.
Fan? You're a fan?
Yes.
More of a Mark.
Yes, I'm a Mark. The Mark
that last
starts
one might get
changing.
disbanded.
Yeah. So, but anyways, though, think about this. Imagine if the Bloodline kicked Paul Heyman out, and Paul came back and said, "You know what? I got some more. I don't, you guys aren't my only guys. I got a ton of guys." And next thing you know, the music hits, and obviously we know this can't happen because Ravishing Rick Rude is no longer with us. But just imagine if we were able to go back and get this group from like their peak in '92. Yeah, Rick Rude come out, a pre-Stone Cold stunning Steve Austin, Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko, and then Arn and Beautiful Bobby. dude, those guys would just kill it with the bloodline, and I would pay to see that, especially in a War Games match.
Oh, I like it. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
It's a damn solid pick.
It was one of the first ones that I thought of, but I knew that was going to be your pick, so I didn't pick it.
Exactly.
But
Why
I knew that was
Thanks for not stealing my
pick,
thunder,
but
Sean.
No, I wasn't trying to steal your thunder. My initial thought, as soon as he asked the question, was I would bring back the Dangerous Alliance because I love those guys too. I thought and everybody talks about like that. If there was one faction we wish we could have seen more of, it would have been that faction. So I know how much so like I kind of knew that. Mine was I was kind of thinking the triple threat from ECW.
Ooh, are we talking Douglas, Candido, and Bigelow, or Douglas, Candido, and Lance Storm?
Douglas, Candido, and Bigelow, the original. You always got to go with the original, except for the Horseman, which Wyndham was way better. But dude, I just thought those guys. Douglas was never as good before or after as he was in ECW when he was the franchise. And with Bigelow in that area, it was just a great faction. And you throw Francine in the middle of all that. It was just a lot of fun to watch those guys. I would love to see that.
You mentioned Bam Bam. That ECW really resurrected his career when you think about it.
Oh, for sure. Well, dude, and I think one of those Bam Bam's one of those guys that, as much respect as he gets now, he was never really appreciated in his time. They just kind of looked at him like he was more of like, I don't know how to say it, like a gimmick act, like he was a big guy who could move. You know what I mean?
He was ahead of his time.
On his heads. He was ahead of his time. He looked different. He worked different. Nobody knew what they had.
If that guy was coming out right now, oh, Jesus. Even the tattoos on his head now would even resonate more now than it did then. You know what I mean? Like,
then he just had more of a sideshow.
Shane Douglas is always, and Shane Douglas always was a great worker. I don't care whether he was riding a skateboard down and he had a mullet or whatever the case may be. The guy could work. He was always a good.
Or he was teaching a class.
And well, either way, man. I just felt like Paul Heyman just had a way of finding these guys that were never used properly in other areas and just said, come on, and made him a star, dude. He was a huge star in ECW.
Dude, throwing down that fucking title belt. Throwing down the NWA title belt is just like fucking like he had the balls to do that because that was a fucking huge thing at the time.
Yeah, it was.
And then he is like his nickname, the fucking franchise. Like Shane Douglas was very much. I know, I put like my fucking Rushmore of RVD, Sabu, Sandman, but dude, you cannot fucking tell me that Shane Douglas, ECW heavyweight champ heel run, was not fucking one of the best heel runs for in any promotion.
Even his time with the TV title. Remember when he took it? I think it was Pitbull #1 when he would have that halo on and literally shook. You didn't just see that stuff anywhere.
Dude, so awesome.
Paul was always pushing buttons that shouldn't be pushed, but that's what made ECW great.
Yep.
Yeah. But in the vein of ECW, I am not going back very far in the past for my pick. Ooh. I'm only going back maybe 2 years.
Ooh.
But my pick for faction that needs to fucking happen and come back is straight out of Ring of Honor, Violence Unlimited. That is my fucking team right there.
Dude, I would even settle with the freaking bootleg Violence by Design.
Your cheap imitation can come back. I don't care. But Violence Unlimited, man, Brody King, Homicide, fucking Tony Deppen. Oh my god, dude. So and of course you can't forget my man PCO in there.
He's not human.
He's not human. What a fucking ridiculous squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, They fucking took over. They got so over Ring of Honor. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
That was peak PCO not selling, and it was the most over fucking thing he's ever done.
Yep.
Dude. When fucking Homicide came over and grabbed the fucking signed Tony Deppen signs.
Oh, yeah.
Got him back, so that was cool. Oh, man. That fucking group, though, like, that's honestly, like, I hope for that in AEW, and especially when Tony bought Ring of Honor. I'm like, well, they already got Brody. They had Homicide for a one-off. Wasn't that last year at Arthur Ashe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was there like the week before and like for And
Deppen's been on the Ring of Honor on Honor Club show a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. He's had a few matches with them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony's like a hired gun right now. Everybody's getting a little piece of Deppen.
Yeah, I know. I think just Deppen's like so fucking, I don't want to say like super loyal, I guess, but he's pretty like, he's making his shit in GCW too, and I don't think he wants to give that up completely, but either way, I fucking love that team. I love that fucking faction. They're amazing. I want them to come back. I just want to hear fucking God's Hate. The song God's Hate from the album God's Hate by the band God's Hate. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Oh, shit.
All right, Jovan. What say you?
I'm going to wrap this up real nice. Like, the Bloodline has been the biggest thing in the WWE in the last few years. And their dominance can continue, and their reign of terror can continue. Roman's ride to the top can continue until you bring back this faction. I'm going straight to TNA.
Oh, here we go.
The main event Mafia. Give me Perk Angle, Sting, Kevin Nash, Booker T.
Perk as in Percocet Angle?
That's right. And Big Papa Pump. The original members of the main event Mafia, complete takeover, just like they did in TNA. I'm talking about Kurt goes for the main title. Everyone else does what they do and just wreck shop.
Oh, man, but how would you get them? I mean, they're all in wheelchairs now, pretty much. How would you get them to the ring?
This would be
not back in their prime.
In their prime, like Perk Angle was at peak Perk at 2008.
Dude, the fucking
he
like
was a 300
ugly beard.
Perk. I don't know if it was.
Yeah.
Peak.
Oh no, dude! It was.
You mean when he was
like,
using so much drugs that he wasn't shaving his head no more? And
yeah, when he looked like a freaking killer and was doing somersaults off the fucking ramp. Yeah, that motherfucker. That's who I want.
Is there a better moonsault than Kurt Angle's, man? Or reverse? I mean, just he looks like he floats. Just I'm
telling you,
his...
that's why that jump off the freaking ramp, dude, onto Abyss killed it. That's like key Perk Angle highlight right there. Just fucking running on nowhere senton. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I want to say that was probably one of the most unexpected spots I've ever seen in my life.
Because it's Kurt Angle.
Because I'm like, no fuck. Okay, that's going to happen. That's happening.
He landed on his feet and just walked it off like he was a G.
Dude, that was fucking bananas.
But dude, everything about the faction though, I loved it. Kurt having like the damn Godfather tights with the little rose, and the music, I loved it. Everything about the main event Mafia to me was aces. Them coming out in suits, they all look like $1 million, dude.
A little bit of a.
No, that's because they were all that might be because they were all millionaires.
That's true.
A little bit of a peek behind the curtain. A little bit of a peek behind the curtain. Remember way back when, like our original iteration of this show, the music that we had? I was trying to get something that was patterned after the main event Mafia theme.
Nice.
So, I miss that music too.
That's why I like the original music. Yeah, the original music was kick-ass.
The music was fucking, that shit hit.
We've gone through some good iterations of the show.
We have. Thanks to our guy at Half Decent Music.
He does a half decent job, man. I'm not going to lie on him.
Yep.
Well, this is a good question of the week. Thank you, everybody, for filling out and speaking with us. Hopefully next week you guys continue the
actually
momentum.
answering it.
Yeah, we got a lot of good.
Wait, whose question is it next? Is it mine?
No, after me, I think it's Dennis.
Yeah. No,
I'm
Dennis
after
was last
Sean,
week.
'cause
He did
Sean
the
was the
movie
one-
question.
Okay, so no, yeah, then it's you. Premier.
Speaking of which, my answer
Dude,
to the
your question was so bad you didn't even show up last week. Shut up.
Dude, hey, you want to talk about? You ain't got no room to talk about bad questions of the week, there, Mister.
I'm sick. At least I showed up and took my ass chewing.
You know what?
What was your answer? Hey, since whoa, for real, since it was your question and you didn't get to answer it,
I know.
which
Give the
Police
man his
Academy
moment.
character was you thinking of?
That's what I was trying to do before you went off.
Oh, Tackleberry.
No, I was gonna say Bobcat Goldthwait. Bobcat.
Actually, Jovan was actually pretty close because he was the one that talked about from Game of Thrones, and that's who mine would go from. I go with King Joffrey.
Oh, I wanted to see Joffrey die so bad.
I'm finished through the first 3 seasons of the show and stuff, so he's still around, but man, I can't I just have this feeling that somehow, some way he's gonna get what's coming to him.
Well, fuck that, DDJ. I'll top your punk ass with King Joffrey from fucking Coming to America. What's up,
There
bitch?
you go, baby.
Yeah.
You wanted my answer and I gave it to you, so
He's gonna form the new
That
Hurt
was a good
business.
answer, man.
That was good.
That's a good answer. That guy was.
Thank you.
Well,
I like
think
That kid's
DJ,
character was just
you
brutal,
listen to the
man.
show. You listen to the show, like there's not a lot of there's not a lot of good characters that are gonna be like a straight up heel.
Yeah,
I don't feel like there's enough of them because too many characters on TV and movies are like real fucking just in between, you know?
Yeah.
No, with King Joffrey.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that kid.
Yeah,
fuck them kids.
You know what's funny? How many Batman Dark Knight fans do we have? Have you guys all seen all the Dark Knight movies with Ledger and all that? Okay, so I think it was the first one where Christian Bale's got his Batman characters using that, and that kid comes out on the landing and he goes, "Nobody will believe I seen you," and he throws him the thing. That's Joffrey.
What?
From Game of Thrones.
Fuck
yeah.
all, really?
Yeah. Swear to God. We
Whoa.
just figured it out last week. Okay, she did. I thought so. I'm watching The Dark Knight.
Appreciate the honesty,
She was
bud.
with me on the couch, and she
You
goes,
wanna
"That
raise
kid
that
looks
belt, you better tell the
familiar."
truth.
And I go, "Yeah, he really does, but I don't know who he is." And then she sat there, and then about 10 seconds later, she Googled it. She was like, he's the kid from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Well, that's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
She's super smart. I keep trying to tell you she's all right with me.
Yeah.
But you know what else is all right with me? AEW this week was really fucking good, man. Set
Yeah, it
really well
was.
with me. It opened up with, and I'm gonna say this is gonna be my only slide, kind of. It opened up with the same old shit. MJF making people go through hoops to fucking fight him for that belt. So we have the 4 Pillars tournament that, of course, is going to end up with whoever wins going against MJF. Darby Allin.
We're just waiting for Punk to come back and feud
Well,
with him, right? And take the
We're
belt
going to
back.
get to Punk in a minute. Cool your jets. Wasn't even on the episode, son of a bitch. But Darby Allin, of course, gets a bye to next week. This week was Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara. Of course, we're just going to go ahead and spoil it. Sammy Guevara won because he enlisted the help of MJF, who went out there actually, it was a pretty damn good match, in my opinion, and did some fuckery so Guevara would win. So now setting up Guevara and
Darby
next week, and the winner of them will face MJF. All that to say, does the winner of the tournament have a shot in hell at taking this belt off of MJF? What do y'all think?
No, because I honestly think somehow it's still going to wind up being a fatal 4-way in that match. I don't think it's just going to be a 1-on-1. I think it's going to be a fatal 4-way, and yeah, I just at this point as good as as good as Darby and Sammy and Jungle Boy have gotten, there's none of them are ready to be the champ. And it just, to me, I guess you could say, yeah, I'll quote, for our, I'll quote Vince McMahon, no chance in hell.
Damn. Gentlemen?
I agree. I don't think they're ready either. But then again, after watching this current reign of MJF, I honestly don't think he's ready. So,
damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not. Nothing about his title reign has done anything for me. I know they're doing the Wish.com Ric Flair thing with him, and that's fine. But do we really give a shit about this match and who he's going to fight? I mean, nobody cares. I mean, he's going to beat whoever. You got Jungle Boy, who's God, man, like for in any big time thing that he's ever had an opportunity to do. He's a perpetual loser in big time matches. You got Darby, who's one skateboard right away from ending his career, so you can't really put the belt on him. And then you have Sammy, who in his marriage is the second best performer in the family. So I don't know for sure. Hey, his old lady is an Olympic level judo athlete, man. So whatever. He can go back to drawing his hair backwards or doing whatever. I just don't see, and none of them really have a promo that I even want to listen to. So there's nothing about any of it that does anything for me at all.
Joey, it's doing. What do you got?
This MJF title run is falling under the same category of how I feel about Hangman Page's title run.
Oof.
And it's like, yep, this isn't working for me. I'm not into it. You got shitty feuds. You have this whole 4 pillars thing. Like, dude, I understand they want to be cool and like, look at our homegrown talent. I don't give a flying fuck, dude. Like, I need a good, compelling story. I don't want to fucking see you want a title shot? Well, you have to wrestle the next 5 weeks in 5 matches and blah, blah. Like, I can't fucking do that again. We've done this with every major MJF feud. I just don't care. I really don't. And you guys know I have praised fucking MJF for his mic work over and over and over again. But like, this is just the absolute shits to me. I'm not on board with it.
And part of that is there's nobody there that can compete with him on the mic.
There's Dennis's belt that he holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it
they
up,
can't
buddy.
compete with him on the mic as far as MJ.
Yeah, they can't. They can't.
It's a nice belt. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot better than. It's a lot nicer
right there.
Come on, man. Let me have that one.
And I'm gonna put the
dude. I don't want to know how you're gonna win that one, man.
I'm gonna win it.
It's false count anywhere.
I know how you got the other ones, and I don't know. I might feel a little something for. No, I don't want to.
If it's up there, I don't want to ask any questions.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little sorry.
If it's up there, I ain't asking any questions because I don't know if I can handle the answers.
You don't.
I can't handle the truth.
You can't handle some
kind of. If it's up there, you ain't gonna be able to ask questions. That's the only way I'm getting it. So, like, you choke on a hot dog or something.
That was not the example to use there, sir.
That's exactly what he was thinking, dude. Is he would have to choke on a hot dog to get that belt,
dude.
You could have came up with any other example.
You're the one who said that was huge, man.
You did it, yeah, but you're the one who took it there.
But you thought it.
No, I actually didn't. Oh. You sick fuck.
You sick fuck. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, no, this is falling flat for me too, man. The whole AEW title chase, unfortunately, is just going nowhere. I'm not interested in any of their top contenders, to be honest. I don't see how the 4 pillars are even top guys right now.
They're not. They're all 20-somethings, man. They're not top guys.
They're probably trying to play to the demographics.
The reason why the 4 pillars are the top guys is because the Blackpool Combat Club's off kicking all forms of elite ass right now.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
for
what?
sure.
I'd rather see Danielson with the title for a second, but let's get into let's transition into this whole new champion and shit and things we'd rather see, man. You know, they have teased the Four Horsemen in AEW again. They teased it way back in the day. Now they're starting to tease it again with Wardlow, who is your new TNT title, because that belt now means less than fucking hitting a local scratch
24/7
off.
title.
Yeah, dude, it's terrible.
It's almost like that. It's getting pretty close. I mean, yeah.
Wardlow and Arn, Four Horsemen. Arn pulled out the fucking Glock Anderson. It was trash, dude. It really was. It wasn't the right time yet.
So are they seriously like?
Are they what?
The Four Horsemen? Like, are they seriously? Is that what this whole thing was? Because I missed. I don't know if what the interaction was between Arn and Wardlow before the match and stuff. So, or was there any?
Well, I'll tell you what it was, DDJ. I went up to Wardlow and I told him, I said, Wardlow, you need to get business done here. And the only way you can get business done is the way we used to get business done back in the day. If you know what I'm talking about, with the Horsemen, baby. So we're going to go out there and take care of business and show them how the Horsemen do it.
That's pretty
That
good
was
arm,
a
dude.
horrible Arn Anderson.
It's a pretty good arm.
I disagree.
It's Arn from now, dude. You've got to sound like you're halfway dying between every word.
Oh, wow.
But no, it's Arn did kind of hint at Wardlow doing, you know, maybe another Horseman iteration in AEW, which doesn't make sense that you start with the heater to build up a new fact. Anyway, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how they're going to pull this off if they do. If not, it's just Arn throwing up the four again and finding a reason to be on TV.
So.
I think we called it not too long ago that this is the way it was going to be with him and Hobbs, that they were going to go back and forth and try to kind of build this as a feud more than what it is. I mean, I like Hobbs. I think I don't know why the QT Marshall got brought into it. I don't get what they're doing with either.
He was in catering.
Fucking lame.
You know, I mean, I know QT's training and every once in a while they'll bring him out and throw him on TV. But I mean, I think these two could have a pretty good feud if they were just left to their own devices and, you know, and start giving them opportunities to work. Hobbs is a great worker. Wardlow he does the big man stuff. So, I mean,
I think that was my issue with Wardlow's first run, though, is he really didn't improve. He was just powerbomb after powerbomb after.
He's a squash wrestler, man. Yeah. And if you keep sending him out like that, that's what it's, you know, I mean, he's
Goldberg Part 2.
I'm just impressed.
Way more talented than Goldberg.
I'm just impressed that he's forklift certified. That's all.
Put that in there, man.
I was kind of disappointed they busted up the hearse, man. I mean, that's a pretty good.
Put that in TikTok, man. With that they don't know that I'm forklift certified.
Yeah.
It's impressive, actually.
It's a big man to be forklift certified. He could barely fit in that motherfucker, so you know I'm happy for him.
Yep.
I can't lift the arms. My arms won't move. Anyway, it's not nice. So going on from that atrocity, they were in Brittsburg, home of a DMD. And, yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this. DMD had a match. I thought the crowd was a little flatter than normal for a DMD match in her hometown. Normally they're rabid. Kind of felt like it may have been piped in noise for her a little bit. And then, of course, we saw her get sacrificed, which, if you're a keen observer, didn't have any reason to happen because Adam Cole wasn't fucking handcuffed to the bottom rope. He was just sitting there with the dangling cord that was literally just on the mat watching Britt take pole shots. So I don't know.
Actually, man. I think they took the one cuff and cuffed his hand to the rope with the one end. They just used the wrong end.
Okay.
So when he cuffed him, he was supposed to cuff the rope and then cuff him.
And they just
But
cover the
Garcia
rope
is,
and him.
not that. Yeah. I mean,
He's a
Garcia had the
sports
car wreck, man. I
entertainer.
mean, I'm not sure his frontal lobe even, but
He's
yeah,
a sports entertainer, man.
that was one of those
Whatever.
deals where I feel like they could have got a lot more out of that than what they did.
Yeah.
It
Didn't get over as much as they were expecting. It being in her hometown, they were expecting people to like cry and fucking get all hyped up about it, but it didn't happen.
Well, it don't help when immediately you're done with it. You immediately transfer out of the ring and go to a Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy
guys.
video.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. I gotta go. I gotta check out now. I'll explain in a little bit. Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Well, I hope everything's okay. Shit. So yeah, weirdness with the way that match ended, the way it transitioned. Do we want to go into final thoughts then? We'll just wrap it up here because DDJ left out.
Yeah, I mean, we're at an hour. We might as well, man.
All right, Sean, take it away.
Oh, I get to go first. Awesome. I don't know. I've been reading a lot of stuff this week. A lot of the talk, because I know this was something that I kind of wanted to talk about, was like whether or not they're bringing Punk back and how they're going to do that. And it looks like we're going to be getting another spinoff of a Saturday night show. I don't, getting away from the Punk stuff at this point. Like, I mean, obviously I'm a Punk fan, and if he can come back and work and they can make this work and everybody's getting along, it seems to me that from what I've read, he's going to be jumping immediately into a feud with Chris Jericho, which, it'll probably work. I mean, those guys can both tell a story. We'll see what kind of shape Punk is when he comes back. I mean, he's been out of the ring for a very long time. So, and he is not one of those guys that can just like jump back in quick and start having 5-star matches. I think we all agree that it takes a little time for him to get back into ring shape, but the opportunity for him to come back seems to be happening, and I'm excited about that. But I'm more excited about the opportunity for a Saturday night show. I think what's going to happen is if this Saturday night show takes off, that's going to be the death knell for Rampage, which of all the production stuff, that's the one that's getting the least views. But I think a Saturday night show just kind of takes us back to like the old TBS days, 6:05, 2 hours every Saturday night, and we'll see what happens. You see a lot of stuff going on this week, which it was a good show. And the matches, like I said, I've said it a million times, like the matches are always good. It's the storyline and the timing of things and the production of it. And until Tony Khan brings somebody in that can kind of really right the ship from a production level, like maybe he could hire our TikTok person, just somebody that can come in and go, we're going too long here, we're going too fast here. Maybe we should have stayed in this segment a little longer. Even the staging of their shows, like I felt like last night was, the Jericho Cole thing should have ended the night. I mean, if you're in Britt Baker's hometown, and as big as she is in Pittsburgh, and she's so over there, it's not even funny. And you're going to take a kendo stick to Britt Baker, who has been, we all know has been having issues with her back. So, I mean, obviously this was a work to get her some time off TV and help her let her heal. And at least that's what I think is going on. But I mean, when you look at like past storylines, like, Dustin getting busted open by Ted DiBiase, and you got Dusty on the ground, just like covering his son, protecting him, crying, screaming, my son, and you felt every second of that. Or, even the Randy Orton Triple H deal with Stephanie McMahon, when they had H tied up to the rope and Randy dropped her on her head and it's just, hovering over her. You could just like these guys that make you believe, that make you, feel it. And I think that was just one of those opportunities. You're in her hometown. You're trying to build Cole back up because he's coming back. Obviously, he's going into a feud with Jericho. It would make sense that they would unite the Outcast with Chris Jericho, because his whole shtick right now is I'm a sports entertainer. They're all WWE products. So I mean, it makes sense to me that what they're trying to do. It just wasn't well executed. And, you know, I mean, I'm a fan of all those guys. Like, I love Adam Cole. I think he's probably one of the greatest undersized heels in the history of the business, even better than MJF, in my opinion, because he works. You know, we don't see MJF wrestle enough to, you know, for that to even factor in. And I know, you know, it's his deal. Like, he only wrestles when he has to, and it's part of the storyline. And I get all that, but that's why the shine's off the pumpkin in his title reign, man, because he just don't do anything. And if you're going to put him in a promo battle with guys who can't talk, then this is what we get. You know, it should be more. It should be more than this. I kind of feel like it's kind of the way it was after Rock left and Stone Cold was still a champ. Like, there was nobody for him to work with that could keep up with him. And I feel like that's where we're at with MJF, in the sense of, when he has a mic in his hands, the guy's like a ninja, dude. He just cuts you to pieces, and you can't come back with, I'm going to kick your ass every time. Because that just, you know, it just don't hold water. Because we all know that he's going to squirm his way out and find a way to win a match, or find a way to manipulate it to the point where, you know, he's getting the easy pin. So, you know, I don't know who's writing there or who's doing that stuff. I really wish they would bring somebody over from TNA, because Impact is still killing it with storylines.
Dude, their social media champion, Joe Hendry, has a fucking great story going, and that's not even like a main title.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and then you got what's going on with Bully Ray and Tommy, and, you know, Mickey James having to step down, and even that, like, Masha. I mean, they're just doing so many great things there, and nobody knows that because nobody's watching it. And that's unfortunate. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate because it really is, of the major promotions and the ones that have been in business for a while, and you can throw Impact into that because they have been for, you know, a while. They're doing the best TV right now as far as storylines and all that stuff. And they got Speedball, Josh Alexander, and Jordan Grace, and these really, you know, up and coming wrestlers that are doing these things. And then we got what's going on in AEW, which is basically a square dance, man. Let's just all get on the floor and do-si-do and see what sticks. And then you got WWE, which is, you know, everybody's more worried about what's going on behind the scenes than what's going on in the ring, and it's taken away from the product. So, you know, I mean, as a wrestling fan, is it great to have this much product out there? Yes. But as a hardcore wrestling fan, we see the holes in the plots, and we see the holes in the storylines. And, you know, do we really want to see MJF wrestle Jungle Boy or Darby Allin or even Sammy Guevara, as well as good as Sammy is? And he is very talented. They're all talented, but it's just not. There's nothing there. There's nothing there right now.
Yeah, they have the talent in ring, but not the storytelling to get it through right now.
Yeah.
The match is half of it, but you need the psychology. It's missing.
You got to have the psychology, and they just don't have it right now. And for all the money that they put in the product and all the great entertainers that they have and the matches and the stories that they can tell, when it comes down to it, it's just there's something missing behind the curtain. Just something is not connecting to make what's going on in ring transfer out to everything else. And it's not that they're not working hard, man. I mean, you watch All Access and you see, like, you know, I have a whole new respect for Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Than I ever had before. Just seeing the work that she puts in and how she's with almost every girl on the roster. She's trying to do business and help out. And you see that in every aspect of AEW. It's not the in-ring talent that's the problem right now. Even Kenny and the Young Bucks and those guys, as hard as I am on them, and I know that I am, even now, like Don Callis is running out with what's his name? The Japanese wrestler. Takeshita. I mean, that looks like to me that's a storyline where what is Don going to leave Kenny and jump ship and go be part of the BCC? I mean,
we'll see.
You know, you just, you just don't, you never really know what's going on there because they don't know, you know.
From Chicago to Philadelphia.
Follow us on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok. Joey K.
Fucking A, dude. Sixers are up 3 to motherfucking 0. First two in Philly. Took a scrappy, ugly shit win in Brooklyn. I just want to see Ben Simmons' sad face on the bench when we sweep him out on Saturday. So
I just hope LA gets knocked out in this round. Yeah, man.
That was all of your final thought, dude?
Yeah.
3-0 Phillies?
Fuck yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, dude. Dude, it's playoff time. You know what he's like during the playoffs. He can't even think about anything else but Phillies.
We've been through the fucking NFL playoffs. We've been through the MLB playoffs. I know I fucking dropped something about the fucking union in there. I mean, like, what the fuck, dude? What did you think was gonna happen? I'm all Sixers all the way.
Dude, I haven't even been there. I haven't even been around as long as you, and I know that this is the way it's gonna be until basketball season's over. But then baseball's gonna start, and then we got to hear about the Phillies. You know,
I'm a Laker
fan. Boy got a new contract.
I'm out here watching the fucking Vegas Golden Knights Winnipeg Jets game right now.
Oh wow!
Like that's playing in the background currently. Game 2.
I'm gonna tell you this because I love sports as well, man. My Lakers made it to the dance. I don't expect us to go far in that dance, but we at least made it. We had a prime opportunity to take a game when John Morant was out, and we fumbled it. So you know, I'm not having a lot of faith in us. But the Dallas Stars, you know, talk about 2 different games.
That's cool. It's still my final thought. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, go ahead. You said you were done, fucker.
Oh,
I ain't done talking about basketball,
he
bitch.
did say he was.
Go ahead. He did say he was done playing
Do a
basketball.
Got a shout out a good friend of mine who hooked me up. Some fucking answer for
Nice.
Gotta love that. I love these. I actually never had the white ones. This is the first fucking pair of the white ones that I ever got. But
you can't wear them in Philly, man.
What, these?
Well, with all the sewage water you get around there, they're gonna stay white.
Yeah, but I have to rock them.
Just throw those in the bag, man. You can wear them in Chicago. We'll give you respect for them in Chicago.
Fucking, these are dope. I got the black. I got the black ones with the red and gold, but now I got the white ones. Yep. I'm not going to tell the story of how I got them because
that's do some things.
No, did not have to do some things other than I don't want to out the person. No, it did not cost me a candle. No, I don't want to out the person as to who her relative is that allegedly got me these shoes.
Nice.
So
allegedly. See, Jovan, that's how you correctly use the
allegedly
word.
Relative.
Yeah.
Allegedly. You correctly use that word. Right
actually, completely confirmed, but whatever. Either way.
I use allegedly to get us out of lawsuits. He's just alleging something else, so fuck it.
So
I don't
shout out for those.
Correct, but okay.
I got a fresh pair of Iversons to wear with my fucking Sixers jersey right now. So yeah, that's my final thought.
Fantastic! I'm so happy you were able to throw that all out.
I was gonna throw. Did anybody else want to comment on DDJ's giant white cock shirt? You didn't see a shirt?
That's a
giant white cock on it.
We'll save that for later.
It's a Sandy Fork shirt, dude. That's a Briscoe shirt.
That's a Briscoe shirt, but
yeah, that's why I didn't mention it while he was here. T's and P's out to the DDJ family and household. He had to leave unexpectedly. Hopefully everything's all right with the man. My final thought is love each other, love pro wrestling, and love shooting shit. Follow us on all of our fucking socials, dude. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, audios where you can listen to your podcast on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, and all those other crap. Wherever you consume your media, we're there, except for the WWE Network. So follow us. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.
So far,
yeah. We are shooting shit. And goodbye.
sure to check us out on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@SHOOTINGSHT. Find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/SHOOTINSHT. Check us out on TikTok at SHOOTINSHIT. And you can buy your official Shootin' Shit shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com/SHOOTINSHT. And thanks for watching.